Insecurities will eat away at you if you let them. It's time to take charge and gain back your confidence. In this video today, I will be sharing 5 tips with you on how I overcame my insecurities, and I hope they help you overcome yours. First things first, you have to realize that everyone has flaws. The difference between you and someone else may be they have learned to accept their flaws or they change their flaws, and you have not gotten to that point. But today I'm going to be giving you tips that can help you get there. I want to first start off by saying if you have a flaw and you want to change it, if it's a physical flaw that you have and you want to change it, you can change it. Even if it's something with plastic surgery, if you feel like there's a way for you to change it and you want to change it, change it. It's your life. It's your body. If you have the money to responsibly go and get something changed on yourself. Now, if someone's saying you shouldn't go there because that could be dangerous, or they're kind of worried about your health, that's different. But someone just wanting you to not get something done to change something that you are unhappy with about yourself, sometimes that could be coming from a place of jealousy. If someone doesn't have a physical safety concern as to why you shouldn't get a procedure or something done to change something about yourself, it could be hair color, it could be braces, it could be a nose job, it could be anything. If someone has a reason that isn't something related to your health, it might be coming out of jealousy. So that's something that you should understand, that not everyone wants you to get over your insecurities. Some people like you being insecure. Some people are very comfortable and feel safe with you feeling insecure. Those type of people you need to remove from your life, or if you can't remove them from your life, you need to at least make them aware that you know why they're saying what they're saying or acting the way they act towards your insecurity, and that you will not be putting up with it anymore. Put your foot down. And some people will watch you in pain because it makes them feel just a little bit better. If you don't want to change any of your flaws, you don't have to, but you do have to learn to become okay with them. My first tip is don't run from them. I'm not saying that you have to broadcast or showcase your flaw, but don't let it stop you from doing things and enjoying your life. A lot of times you're more in your head than what other people are thinking about your flaws. And even if someone doesn't like your flaws, that's their problem. Don't let that control you. So learn to see your flaws, accept your flaws, and understand that that's just part of who you are. Learn to love and accept your flaws. It's okay to not be perfect. That you probably got the flaw a lot of times from hearing negative comments about a type of flaw you have. Again, I have a big forehead. Okay, so hearing comments when I was younger about people with big foreheads, it made me very insecure about my forehead. When I was younger, I would have never worn my hair like this. Never, because I was afraid of my forehead and light reflecting off my forehead. But I understand now that this is part of who I am. It's not a bad thing. Me having a big forehead, so what? I have a big forehead. Is it ruining anybody's life? Is it ruining anybody's day? No. My second tip, and this was very important, stop shaming other people for what you think are their flaws, because that's really just a reflection of you wanting someone else to feel bad about themselves because you feel bad about yourself. Some people are ashamed. They may have the same flaw this other person may have. They're wondering, why does that person not feel ashamed of that? And I do. But it's more of a reflection of the audacity of this person to have that confidence, to not be ashamed. And you'll hear someone say that a lot of times about what someone's wearing, like, she's too old to be wearing that. Says who? Says you? Or says society? Society is part of the problem. Society is not always right. So you have to stop yourself from doing that. And I see people doing it, and that's something that I'm sure I used to do it. I have not done it in a long time because I got to a place where I understood I shouldn't be concerned with what someone else is doing or feeling about themselves unless I'm trying to empower them to feel better. Anything negative, I should never be pushing towards someone else. Only push positivity towards others. Only push positivity out, because that's what will reflect back to you. If you're always pushing out negativity, you're creating a very negative aura around you, and that's what's going to be magnetically pulling back to you. So you have to, even in your mind, even if you don't say it, if you think that type of negative thoughts about someone else, it's still pulling it back to you, and that's not something that you want. So stop yourself from passing judgment on other people and how they may deal with their insecurities, which can also lead me into tip number 3. Find beauty in non-traditional things. So things that society has tried to convince us is not beautiful, learn to find the beauty in that. Society on one end will try to make you think, oh, like it's, you know, having a gap, like you shouldn't have a front tooth gap, you should get that closed. Gaps are pretty. When someone smiles and they have a gap, I think it's gorgeous. It's a unique feature, and a lot of times they grab models like that with gaps. You know why? Because it is pretty. But you know, mainstream society has convinced us that, oh no, that's a flaw. It's not a flaw. Be able to look at another person and see the beauty in them, because we're all beautiful. And that's what I want to spread around this world, is people understanding that everyone is beautiful. Looking at someone and thinking, oh, like they're ugly. Now, you might not want to mate with that person and have a baby with that person, but why do they have to be ugly to you? Like, why in your head do you even look at someone and think they're ugly? They may not be sexually appealing to you, but that doesn't mean they're ugly. If this person doesn't get me aroused in some way, then they're ugly. Like, no. Everyone is beautiful, and everyone has different things that make them beautiful. And once you start seeing others through those eyes, you will start also seeing yourself through those eyes. You will stop seeing the things about you as flaws and just see them as, this is just part of who you are, and it's beautiful. It may not be cookie cutter of what's considered normal. That doesn't make it not beautiful. My 4th tip is learning to reverse the negativity. When you find yourself thinking something negative about yourself, stop. Try to associate it with something that's a positive about you. We'll take, for instance, my forehead. Okay, my forehead, and some people will be like, your forehead isn't large. Okay, what we're not gonna do is lie. Okay, my forehead is, well, it's voluptuous. Okay, it's a forehead. It's a 5 head, some people say, you know, the old joke. But what I will say is that I do have a big forehead, okay, but I have a pretty face. I have a nice shape to my forehead, okay. You know, if I wanted to wear bangs, I have enough forehead where I have a nice length of bang if I wanted to. You know, like, I can find the positive. You have to start learning to do that with yourself. Take, for instance, my belly. Like, I have a you know, a little poofiness to my belly. The positive, it's what brought my beautiful daughter into this world. No, I wasn't a snapback, and some people were able to bring children to the world and they snap back. That's them. I'm not worried about them. I'm talking about me. So when I look at my flaw, I have to understand the positive to it. You know, I have stretch marks on my hip. The positive, I have a really nice, cute little butt. Okay, I don't have a big butt, but I have a really cute butt. And I used to, especially when I was younger, I used to get a lot of attention for being like really small and having a nice plump rump. Like, for every negative, there's usually something positive. You're just not choosing to look at the positive. Find the positive and start training your mind. Whenever you start to go into that negative place, have that positive ready to replace it and pull it in and pull it in, and eventually it will just start to just automatically, you'll think like, oh, my butt looks so whatever, and then the positive will come right in and, but this, it will eventually become habit for you. And the 5th tip is more like an assignment, but is an assignment that will help you. I want you to come up with 10 mantras for you to repeat to yourself every morning as part of your morning routine, and every night as part of your night routine. I will also be doing a video about my morning routines and my night routines because they're very important. If you don't have a morning routine and a night routine, you are kind of shorting yourself. So that's something that you can get on. I will be making a video about that, but definitely have 10 things that you're saying to yourself, positive mantras to yourself in the morning and repeating them to yourself at night, every night. And they're so in your head that you can even say them to yourself as you're waking up. You know, you're coming off your sleep, you're trying to get yourself to wake up. Start repeating those mantras to yourself. That your mind's going to start, and that might be what helps you wake up in the morning because your mind is not being able to drift back off into dreamland. You're doing these mantras. If not, you can do them when you're washing your face in the mirror. Anytime where you fit in your morning, you know, try both. Try using it for waking up. Try looking at yourself in the mirror when you're doing it. See which one works better for you. And at night, you know, when you're, you know, doing your night routine or when you're laying there in bed trying to fall asleep, repeat those positive mantras to yourself. 10 of your choice. Just make sure they're positive. Just make sure they're directly towards you and a reflection of either your life right now that you are happy and love, or something that you are moving yourself towards in your life. So I hope those tips help you. Those are definitely things that have helped me over the years to be more confident. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.